Okay, guys, welcome back. Okay, today we're going to be talking about the Fibonacci sequences and what we can learn from that. And we're going to compare a few Fibonacci bear market structures and our summer sucker rally Fibonacci structure. And at the end of this, we're also going to compare our September bottom last year, this cycle, and we're going to bring it out to about January here, and we're going to overlay it and see how it's going to play out with our structures and, of course, with our September forecast, where we talk about the movements of Bitcoin and the potential for it to make some tops and some bottoms. All right, so just want to update you with Fibonacci. Fibonacci is a sequence. You've probably heard about that if you paid attention in school with math. I've taken this tool and I've ran the full sequence up to our swing top here on the sixth year. Now, you also notice that what's really important about Fibonacci and the sequences that unfold or that we find within these structures here. And it's a 23.6 and it's a 38.2 and a 50% and a 618 and the 78 level. So these are really important numbers to just pay attention to. They usually hold back a rest, or we find places in time where these points can hold us, or we can expect a change in trend. So that's important. So after we completed our first sine wave, we came back and we stayed above the 50% level and we stopped on the 618. So where could we expect another top on 618 level? Well, this structure, obviously, the data is already here for you to see, but we moved up and we kissed the 1.618 level. And this is an extreme level. Once we break into this level, you can see Bitcoin had an extremely fast move up and was really breakneck speed. And of course, subsided on this line. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily it always has to touch this. These are just points in mathematical time and space where we could expect a change in trend. So I would say somewhere up in this three-quarter point here, you know, we could expect it. And of course, we did down here in our next March top, and it kept it completely in line. So this is a very volatile and very wide pattern. As you can see, we had some very wide swings back, and we really respected this area. And we came back down and we retested and rested upon the 78% Fibonacci line. And then, we've moved across. And look, once we get above these areas again, fast moves, and then again a fast move back. So, and then look, it just held it here. All right, so lots of volatility in this area, and of course we did see it. It came back down, and look, we retested this area. It kissed this line exactly again, you know. And there again, we got back up. We started sliding along this area. Got a little bit of some excitement here, right? And all the moon boys were just telling you for so many times. Every time the moon boys were telling you that these were the last time that you could buy Bitcoin. And it has been nothing but 9 months of moon boy tears. I'd say right now that the moon boy cup, that cup of tears is pretty much half full right now. It's pretty much half full, folks. Come on, guys. Every time they told us that Bitcoin was going to, like, go take a look at the videos. The moon boys were screaming that this is the last chance, last chance. And what did we have? Wow, we had another whole, just a complete moon boy tears. Just nothing but, So at one point, the moon boys are going to get it right and we're going to have a bounce up. And it's probably going to be around the area where I've been suggesting, and the data is certainly suggesting this October period here and this November, this late November period. It's very auspicious times. So, all right. So we moved down and we didn't even respect this area that much. We came back down and look, we sat down on this the 38 level. And then there again, folks, we came back and we rested right up in here and we've been held here. And lo and behold, here again, here's our next fib level. Back up, the big dead cat bounce, fake out. Are we about to have the next maneuver down, or are we about to have the next maneuver up? Well, while we're looking at this, why don't we have a look at our trusty indicators? They've always been 100% correct. So let's just take a quick look and see what they were saying. Well, back when we were at the same level in September now, we're at the same levels here. We're approaching the very same things. It's possible we can get this massive kick up here. It's possible. So the RSI, this structure has been moving down and showing us that there's something to be said. There's something going to be happening here. So what are we having here? Well, we're having a downward movement in our RSI. So this structure is, well, it's similar. It's rhyming. Let's take a look here. So stochastics, we came down, made a bottom here. Came down. We've got our secondary little fake out right here. And then our bottoms. So looks like we're coming down and we're going to culminate around this little area here real quick. And going to have a violent snap up right here, to around this 9th and 10th, which I've been talking about, the 2nd. So does that mean that's where the top's going to be? Well, not necessarily. We're just making determinations. It could carry on. Certainly, we could carry on, and then, like I said, by the 24th, I'm calling for these fall offs and these bottoms down into the 8th. So, is that going to happen? Well, we're going to pay attention to all that. All right, so we've talked about our MACD, our RSI, and our stochastic. They're following a lot of the same structures. We have to watch out for these golden crosses and any potential death crosses. It looks like our buyers and sellers, they've kind of working themselves out a little bit here. Looks like the buyers are about to step back in here. So we'll see. Let's go take a look at now our other two structures, and we'll tie in a few more things after. All right, so let's go take a look at our summer sucker rally. It's still intact here. We came down and we kissed the bottom of this band. So I notice I have not moved the tool for the last several months in our tutorials. I've been holding the tool here. We haven't broken this level yet. It just has not been violated yet. So it's still intact. So we'll see how much longer. Time is the most important thing. And Mr. Gann always stated that time was more important than price. And every time I look at all his charts and all his opinions, they were always true. So, is it possible we just come back up and touch the bottom of this? Certainly. That we could certainly come back up and touch the bottom of this, and this would be a great area to short. However, we could move up and retest the underbelly of this area here. And this is my concern. And the reason I'm concerned is because we're getting close to this Fibonacci line. We talked about this already. There's a once we get into this area here, this is where we can have a very violent move up and a violent move down. We saw it here, right? The violent move up and the violent move down. So we're anticipating that that is possible. Doesn't mean that we have to have that same amplitude, or the energy or vibration has to be that strong. We're just taking a look at it. We could subside right here, no problem, and stop right here. 21,000. Just that's it, and down you go. So let's just take a look at that. We'll just be mindful. So our other bear market Fibonacci band is still intact, and we haven't moved this tool at all. It's still in the same place. I haven't moved any of these tools. I want it here. I want this to be a truthful approach to educational investing strategies and the like therein. So if you like this type of technical analysis that's done with a truthful approach, no nonsense, all we do here is sip on moon boy tears. That's all we're doing. We're just going to sit back and we're going to sip on moon boy tears. That's right. So we're getting ready. And I know the moon boys are they're all getting ready here. They're going to be making a bunch of videos about how they're going to be the next world's billionaires. Anyways, let's just let's take another comparison here, and let's go ahead and let's take a look at this structure here. I took this last September 30th. We're moving up on this period here, and I wanted to take this and make a determination with you. So let's just go up here, and we'll find that on our tree here. Here it is, right here. No, sorry. Oh no, it's not in here. Looks like Storm Gain erased it. No Storm Gain. Okay, so let's just go over here, and we will put it on there for you. Let's just move one of these out of the way so we can get a better idea of what's going on here. We're going to get rid of this one too, just for now, so we can see a bit better when we're putting that on there. All right, so we're going to go over here, and we're going to take a look at our bar patterns. And this is what we're interested in right here. This is our we'll just run it out from our last top here, and then we'll encompass our bottom here, and we'll bring it all the way out to here. All right, so let's just bring this down. Oh, Storm Gain is not too happy. All right, so let's just bring that over here, and let's go over to our points that we are talking about. We're saying that we have the September 30th. So I'm going to overlay that on our September 30th period. Okay, so that's the September 30th. We're lined up with the 28th. They're really, really close. So I'm just going to make this bigger so that we can enjoy the technical analysis. Let's just bring this up into view all Storm Gain, never likes to work with me. All right, so right here, folks, last year when the sun was at this place 1 year ago, or one circle, we had a tumultuous move up after this sideways bottom, and we are starting to do the same thing. We've come down, we've had our capitulation bottom, we've moved up, we're more or less matching these blue bars here of our past cycle of last year. We made the top at the same place here as it kind of peaked out, and then initially it fell down. So we had this lower top here, which coincides with this one, and now we've had our bottoms, and they coincide really well so far. So I'm expecting we're going to have this low volume, no man's land sideways move where everyone's going to be nervous as to what's going on with the direction of Bitcoin, given the fact that we have a lot of things happening in the world, some really major stuff. So we're not even going to talk about any of that stuff. So from here, our next determination is, as I was talking, that the October 2nd, 3rd to around the 10th period, I'm saying that we're going to have the swing top and whatnot. Now, is that going to happen? It's possible. Now, we're just looking at determinations. Now, I'm getting nervous by around the 20th. I'm calling for a bottom in between this period to the November 10th, 8th period. And that is perfectly in line with this. It's, truth is stranger than fiction, and it certainly appears that we could make our way up and get into this weird sideways movement and then move down. And of course, I was stating November 28th, we could have our top. So we could just maybe move. That was kind of weird. Sorry, folks. We could essentially move up and then finish our movement here and then have a rapid move down, which I'm calling for. December, I'm also calling for a bottom right around near this Christmas period would be a terrific time to buy. Instead of buying presents and stuff that you can't afford, maybe buy into something and get your family some financial stability. So let's look at this. So by the end of the year, right after Christmas, well, it looks like it could be a lot of selling pressure. And we're probably going to have a lot of selling pressure all the way down through these holidays here. And it might not subside until late into January. And as you know, I'm calling for a bottom in February here. I didn't run this model out, but you can certainly take a look at my object tree here. I've been certainly laying out the potential for these things to unfold here, and the likelihood that they could. So, is that the case? Well, it's possible. So we'll see. We'll see what storm beam is going to let us have control again of our screen. Okay, you guys. So these are all from my last tutorials. I wanted to point out that it is possible that we just go completely sideways. Neither one of these two forecasts actually play out, and we instead just go completely sideways right here. We just stay right in this little band and we just move down. We don't even make it into this extreme area, this area of the Fibonacci sequence. So just a possibility. And I like to look at all these things. It's possible that this can happen. All right. So with that in mind, our other structure here, I wanted to just go back to that and we just talk about that quickly. So we came up, we've kissed the bottom of it. We've come down, we've made our bottom. We're right on our bottoms, of this tool, and it's barely holding. It is barely holding. However, it is holding. And with that in mind, it looks like there's a lot of volatility in the next little while here, an extreme amount. So being mindful of that, we're going to look into watching for this next move up or the possibility that we bounce off and move down. So if you like in this kind of tutorials where we talk about this kind of technical analysis, then subscribe. Tear it to pieces, share it with your friends. Really helps everyone else in the community understand what is possibly going on and how we can protect ourselves. That's exactly what we want to do. We just want to protect ourselves and do the right thing. So, like and subscribe. Go check out my other tutorials. I'm having another tutorial coming up really quick where I'm working on the Bitcoin halving, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to compare the 4-year cycles, and I found some interesting points, and I'm making a tutorial about that, and I'll be releasing that to you soon. So stay around for that and hit the notifications so you don't miss out, and have yourself a great day.